mean, I loved everything about the Philippines, but when I
Yes.
was here, it was so peaceful and so tranquil, and the people are so happy. And I'm like, why do I want to keep working and putting up with all this nonsense if I can move to the Philippines and live like a king and be treated like a king by an amazing woman or family or whatever?
Yes.
The driving is really funny because in the U.S. you have lanes and everybody has to stay in a lane, and there's traffic signals and everybody takes a turn. And I would joke with my friends, I say, yeah, in the Philippines they have lanes, but they're really just suggestions.
So, Joshua, yeah, you're right.
Nobody. The other thing is different too is the women. They're very
Yes,
traditional.
yes.
We don't have that in the U.S. anymore, and I know the American women will hate me for that, but it's true. Here it was really nice having a woman treat you like a man and
Yes.
make your coffee for you and make dinner and all of these things that American women just don't do anymore.
Hi, hello everyone. Again, welcome back to my channel. It's Wang, and today I am with my friend Richard. Please introduce yourself more to our viewers.
Hello. I'm a little bit starstruck because I've been watching it forever, and now it's like a movie star. That I'm finally in person. But no, my name is Richard Wright from the U.S. Just moved here to the Philippines permanently, and this is my seventh trip here. But decided to
Yes.
make it home now.
So, what was the experience on the first time you visited in Philippines? Like, how was it?
It was amazing. It was different because it was the first time that I didn't know anything about the Philippines. I stayed here for 2 weeks in Manila.
Yes.
I was dating somebody at the time, so it was the first time we met. So that made it a little different too. But Manila was busy. I wasn't expecting it to be so hot and so busy and the traffic. But there was a lot to do. I really liked it. But the first visit was really more to get to know each other. So we did a lot of kind of touristy things that foreigners would like to do for the first time.
Yes, so okay. So it's your seventh time you are here, and you just said that you're gonna be settling in here. So what was the process like, of deciding like, okay, this time I gonna settle in Philippines. Walk me through it. Like,
Well, it was so while we were dating, my ex, we were dating for a year and a half, and we
yes,
tried to get a tourist visa for her to come to the U.S.
yes,
We could get. We thought because she was married here before, so she can't get divorced here. But
yes,
we thought if we could go to the U.S., she could get divorced there,
yeah,
and then we come back here at some point. But I had a really, really, really good job with the government,
yes.
so I wasn't planning on leaving. But when her visa got denied, and then I don't even remember what I was looking for, but I found out that I didn't have to work anymore. That I could actually withdraw my retirement from the government, and I was entitled to a separate retirement from the government. And when I started looking at how stressful things were at my job and
Yes.
where the things were going in the country, I mean, I retired from the military and I
Yes.
love my country, but I just don't like it very much right now. And when I realized that, wow, I loved everything about the Philippines, but when I
Yes.
was here, it was so peaceful and so tranquil, and the people are so happy. And I'm like, why do I want to keep working and putting up with all this nonsense if I can move to the Philippines and live like a king and be treated like a king by an amazing woman or family or whatever?
Yes.
And then I just said, I'm out.
So what was the biggest difference you kind of like, noticed right away when you got here, like, in Philippines comparing to Miami, Florida? It's part of US, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just
You mean this time or the very beginning? Because I'd already been here 6 times, so I kind of knew what the
yeah, for the
culture was
first
like.
time, I think. Yeah.
Um, it it wasn't really that different, But again, we're in Manila. What I wasn't expecting was the poverty,
Yes.
and then some parts are very dirty. We have that in the U.S. too. It's just you don't see it,
Yeah.
But here in Manila or in the Philippines, it's right in front of you. You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
The traffic was really different. The driving is really funny because in the U.S. you have lanes and everybody has to stay in a lane, and there's traffic signals and everybody takes a turn. And I would joke with my friends, I say, yeah, in the Philippines they have lanes, but they're really just suggestions.
Suggestion, yeah, you're right.
Nobody, your cars will drive in the bike lane. They drive on the sidewalk,
Yeah.
and there's just traffic everywhere, and you just go whenever you can go. And the pedestrians definitely don't have the right of way.
Yes, yes. So, it's speaking of like, let's go back a little bit. What was your like, previous job?
I was an
If
analyst
you're
for
okay.
the yeah, I was an intelligence analyst for the government.
Mm,
So it was a really good job, and it was hard to walk away. But I you know, I didn't need it anymore. I always wanted to be rich, and I made good money, but I wanted to be rich, have the big car, have the nice house, and the trophy wife and everything. But all the times that I was here, I literally came with just a little bag,
yeah.
and just a few clothes, and I didn't miss any of it. And I realized I could live here peacefully and happy, just very simple. I
Yeah.
don't need the big house or the big car or $1 million in the bank or anything like that. Here, it's just so, it's just
It's
so
still
peaceful.
good you have it and you are here.
Yeah,
Perfect life.
yeah. When I was there, before I was on vacation. I said, look, I'm on vacation. I'm still getting paid. I can get
Yes.
used to this. It was really nice. I miss the other thing different too is the women. They're very
Yes,
traditional.
yes.
We don't have that in the U.S. anymore, and I know the American women will hate me for that, but it's true. Here it was really nice having a woman treat you like a man and
Yes.
make your coffee for you and make dinner and all of these things that American women just don't do anymore.
Yes. How can you, speaking of woman, how can you describe a Filipino woman? What are your impression about Filipino woman?
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, their beauty speaks for themselves. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're so humble. When I've watched a lot of your videos and I've seen a lot of a lot of the other women here, but they just don't know how beautiful they are. And if you compliment one, they're very shy and they don't
Yeah,
believe it.
yes.
You know, so they're very humble, and I like that. They're not snobby or stuck up. Now, of course, some of the city girls are like that too,
Yes.
I think it's rare. They're
Yeah.
very conservative. Very most of the girls here don't go out in the street dressing trashy or slutty. When I was here before with my ex, we would go to the pool. Like she wouldn't wear a bikini to the pool unless I was with her. And to me that was weird because
Yeah.
in the U.S., I mean, women, your bikini is this big, but here, no, it's very
Yeah.
conservative, very, and I like that. I like
Yeah,
it. It's
you
very
like
nice.
that way. So, at the moment, you are single or like ready to mingle?
Technically single, yeah.
Single. A personality of a woman that will attract you.
Well, I want somebody that's beautiful, obviously, but on the outside and the inside, I want, and it's one of the reasons why I came here. The women are very kind, but I want somebody that's smart, somebody I can have a conversation
Yes,
with,
I
talk
agree.
about intelligent things, and just having a very kind soul, very mature. I understand here that jealousy is an issue,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's okay. I think a little jealousy is good because it lets me know you care.
Yes,
But when it becomes toxic or
yes,
too much or
yes.
violent, physical, then that's not enough. That's too
Let's
much.
go to boxing.
But I like, where we can do things together. I love to cook,
Yes.
so that's something that you guys aren't used to
I love
either.
to eat.
I know. See, but that's the other thing too is I noticed that the Philippine women are very traditional. So if I tried to cook or if I tried to clean the table or I tried to clean the house, she get offended,
Yeah.
because that's the woman's job
Yeah,
here.
yes.
But for me, I like to cook,
Mm,
and just be able to go do things together.
yes, yes. So,
It's nice to sit inside sometimes and relax, but you want to go outside, and
yes.
have fun too.
Yeah. And speaking of budget, like, can I go there? Like, speaking of budget, like how
What?
you live in here, like every time you traveled here in Philippines, how is can you share about the prices a little
Sure.
bit, the
It
food,
was
the hotel, something like
It
that?
was well when I was with her. We lived in. I had rented a house in Davao,
Yes.
so I stayed there when I came. The prices of the tickets, depending on the time of the year,
Yeah.
and how how close I waited to my travel time. So if
Ah,
you
okay.
book 2 or 3 months out, it's cheaper.
It's
But
cheaper.
I was trying to budget and save the money for the ticket, so I would usually book it like 30 days out. So like during the summertime, I came last time and the plane ticket alone was almost $3,000, which
Wow.
is
Yeah,
is 150,000
150. It
pesos.
depends. It depends the
And
change.
then another time I came in September, October, and it was only 1,100.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's a big difference.
It's a big difference. So how about the place that you visited that you kind of like love it? Like which places or like, which places or tourist spot that you can share to our viewers
I
about?
didn't get to see a whole lot. I saw Manila several times. I was in Davao many times. I went to Tagaytay. This trip I was in Alabang for a little bit. That was very nice. Excuse me. And now Cebu. So far Cebu I love, but
Yeah.
I've only been here a week.
Yes, yes. But you never explore yet somewhere south,
No, not
north.
yet, not
Uh,
yet. No, because when I was here, it was more like family time, you know.
yeah, I know.
So
Yes.
and she had a baby, so it was it
Ah,
was really just family time. We didn't travel a whole lot. We went to
yes.
Manila a couple of times, but I want to travel. That's part of my plan now.
Yes.
Is I don't know where I'm going to live, so I'm just kind of staying in Airbnbs for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I want to visit Bahal. I want to visit um, Dumaguete. We talked
Yes,
about that
yes,
earlier.
yeah.
I'd love to go to Baguio because it's cold there, I heard.
Yeah, they said.
So yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe Puerto Galera.
Yeah. That are the place that you are looking forward to visit.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then decide where I want to live.
Yes. So what is the biggest reason why you decided to move in here in the Philippines?
The main reason was because I absolutely loved it here when I visited,
Yes.
and and like I said, when I found out I didn't really have to work anymore, I could actually draw my retirement. This was the place I wanted to be. Um, it just everything is so relaxed and so peaceful here. I was here during the presidential election.
Yeah.
And we would drive by places and you'd see thousands and thousands of people at the rallies, but there's no when the election was over, it was just over.
Yeah.
And he's the president and that's it. There was no protest, there was no violence, there was none of that. And back in my country, it's not like that. It's very divisive now. You everybody is offended by everything. You
Yeah.
can't say anything without somebody being offended. I
Yeah,
mean,
I've
they
seen it.
took
Yeah.
down statues, that are part of our history. I lost a lot of friends, because I didn't agree with their opinion.
Yeah.
And like me, I love Donald Trump. I can't stand
Yes.
Joe Biden. But
Yeah.
if you're my friend and you voted for Joe Biden, you're still my friend.
Yeah.
And so I
Some
respect,
other.
yeah, I respect that you have your opinion and you have your beliefs, and that's fine.
Yes.
But just don't try to tell me that mine are wrong or try
Yeah.
to convince me of yours. And I lost a lot of friends because of that.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't have that here.
Yes.
Everybody here, you accept everybody. It doesn't matter if you're man, woman, foreigner, Filipino, gay, lesbian, trans. It doesn't matter. You accept everybody. And
Yes.
I just loved that. It was just really, it just felt like home. So for
Yeah.
me, I came here for me.
Yes.
I came here because I wanted to I didn't want to work anymore. And, people work in my country, you have to work, you have 75, 80-year-old people that work because
Yes.
they have to,
Yeah.
or they work that long and then they have millions of dollars, but then they're too old to enjoy it. I said,
That's the
I'm
thing.
still young. I'm young and I can do this now. So why do I want to wait? I want to be able to enjoy my retirement.
Yes, I
And,
agree with
I don't
that.
have millions of dollars, but I have enough to live really nicely here
And
and not have to work. This morning I slept in, I woke up, I went and got my coffee, I came back up, I had breakfast, I went to the gym, I went to the pool,
yeah.
and then I came here for lunch to meet you. This is
It's
my day.
this is a way how life goes.
Exactly, exactly. And if I want to go to Bahal tomorrow,
Yeah, you can go.
I can do that.
So, yeah, yeah,
I went to Ayala Mall yesterday.
yes. How was it?
It was great. The other Ayala, I didn't realize there were two.
Yeah.
I just told the taxi take me to Ayala, but it was really cool. I went to my friends are gonna laugh at me because I went to TGI Fridays.
Yeah, there is varieties in
I
there.
loved it there, but I met a bunch of foreigners there. A
There's a
guy,
lot in
yeah,
there.
I took
Yeah.
a, well, we sat at around the bar and I took a picture with, I met a guy from Australia, a guy from Ireland, a guy from Scotland, a guy from Norway, and then two Americans. And it was just amazing seeing all these foreigners just sitting here, just
Yeah.
enjoying their life.
What is the best experience so far in this trip?
In this trip,
Yes.
that was probably it.
Does it?
Yeah, because then after we sat there and then we went upstairs too. They took me to a bar.
Social.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say, but it was nice. And there I met some more foreigners, a couple more Americans, a guy from Sweden, a couple of guys from England, and we were all just sitting around the table, just talking and bullshitting. I mean, can I say bullshitting?
Yeah.
It's you too. And we were just all like sharing the differences,
Yes.
you know, from their countries. But most of those guys had been here for years,
Yeah.
and some of them were married, and so they got to share their experiences with me.
Mm.
Trying to help. I'm the
Yeah.
new guy here,
Yeah, I mean-
so they were trying to tell me what to expect and what life is like here, and where to live, where not to go, and it was really really cool. It's the first time I actually got to hang out with a bunch of foreigners, and from multiple countries and cultures. You cannot explain it unless you are here and you live it and you experience it. And
Yes.
I cannot explain it. It just feels good. No, one thing that I found interesting is like when I see other foreigners, like when they're walking, it's
They
nothing.
don't
Like
say.
they don't really say anything. It's you know. And first you want to think it's not like they're an alien. You're like, oh my god, there's another foreigner. But it's not like that. They
It's
just
not the first time I hear someone talking like it's really is.
it's
Like
just
you ignore each other.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose, but
Yeah.
it,
So-
it was just weird. I thought they would be excited to see another foreigner,
Yeah.
but they're not. It's just like another person walking down the.
No, because if it's me, for example, if it's me, I'm in like I've been in Middle East, right? I work in Middle East. If I walk to the mall or in a house, and there's another Filipino, I get, hey, where are you from? Which part of Philippines are you from? And I've heard it like more than 2 times that someone told me that you ignored each other.
I thought that was weird. Yeah.
So, okay, describe Philippines in one word.
Wow, one word. Amazing. If I have to pick one, amazing. This is like a perfect life. This is where people dream to be. Like I said, my friends thought I was crazy, but my single guy friends were jealous. They wanted to come with me.
Yes.
Come visit whenever you want.
Yeah, yeah. So you can say that it's a dream come true being here in Philippines.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, I showed my friends a picture of a map. I'm like, you realize that I can fly anywhere in the Philippines for like $50. But I'm also an hour and a half from Thailand, from Vietnam, and maybe 2 hours from Hong Kong or Singapore, 3 or 4 hours from Tokyo or Australia, Indonesia, and it's only a couple $100s to fly there. Whereas those are like dream vacations that most Americans have to save forever to go one time,
Yes.
and I can go every weekend if I want
Yeah.
to. And that's part of my plan is to.
To travel
Yeah.
somewhere. Like it's aside from Philippines, which country you've been already?
Oh, I retired from the military, so I
Ah.
traveled a lot in the military. And then one of the things too, I was smart by accident, but then later on purpose.
I like that.
When I came to the Philippines, I would plot out my route,
Oh.
and I purposely would plan. So like this time when I came here, I planned. I had a 12-hour layover in Taiwan, and I look at it as I get a free vacation to Taiwan, and I got to spend 12 hours in Taiwan. I had never been.
Yes.
One other time I went, I spent a day in Amsterdam. I had layovers in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and countries I had never been to before. Tokyo,
Yes.
I had never been to. But in the military, yeah, I had been
Yeah.
all over the world.
Oh wow, you're lucky.
Well, being in Afghanistan and Somalia, that's not so lucky. But
Yes.
some of the other countries.
Wow, that was rough. Tell me a little bit about it. Military
It
life.
was rough. It was rough, especially being American in a country like that where the
Yeah.
people you're a target. People don't like you. Well, the general population likes you, but like in Afghanistan, the Taliban were fighting a war with them, but we're not allowed to leave the base. And that was a little traumatic because you're sitting there and you're constantly having rockets fired at the base all the time. And yeah, we Friday night. Yeah, Friday night we'll be
Wow.
sitting in the chow hall eating dinner, and and all of a sudden the siren goes off, and you have to leave and go outside and go into the bunker, or if you're
Wow.
sleeping in the middle of the night, yeah,
And then you can't wake up in the next day. I
you,
can't live a life like that.
yeah, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
just you get used to it. Well, you really don't get used to it, but it's a job. You just have to do it.
What makes you decide to choose it?
Well, when I went in the military, we weren't at war with anybody.
Yes.
You go in there because I wanted to serve my country.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
brand new married, and so I needed a job.
Mm.
And I really loved it. I didn't plan on staying 24 years.
Ah.
But once you're in, you become part of a brotherhood. You're part of a family, and it becomes your responsibility.
Yes.
And you're honored to be able to go to those countries and fight and defend your country. Um, it's not for everybody, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's something I was very proud of.
Are you telling me you've been there serving for 20 years?
24 years.
Oh, wow.
Not always in Afghanistan.
Yeah, of course, yeah, hopefully.
No, no, only a few months at a time there.
Ah, okay, but most of it. But you had experience in Afghanistan. It was rough.
Yeah,
It was just,
Afghanistan, Kuwait, Somalia, Turkey, 5 times to Turkey.
yes. Describe yourself now in one word. What are you now?
Um, Retired.
Ret-
I'm,
Wise and retired.
I'm relaxed now.
Relax.
I feel at peace here. I
That's a
feel,
sign of getting old, Richard. I feel that often.
yeah. But yeah.
You
But
know, yes.
I'm still young at heart.
Yeah.
I still have a
But
lot of life to live.
yeah, I can tell me, I like, the most important is like, to me, peace of mind. That's really my,
Of course, and I have that here.
um,
You don't really have that in the U.S. anymore.
you think it's impossible to have a peace of mind in there?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, that's,
You can't because that country was built on the foundation of freedom. Freedom of speech. You're allowed to say what you want to say. Now you
yeah,
can't.
it's just getting ridiculous in there.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
because you 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 can't say anything without somebody being offended or pissed
Yeah,
off.
you're worried to share your own thoughts, or else you're gonna be in trouble. And
Well, you're in trouble with your friends.
yeah,
You're still allowed, but now those are influencing the government, and the government, the way they're running the country, is terrible. It's the economy is bad, the policies are bad. I mean, it's just nobody is really happy.
yeah.
You know,
Yes. And what is your tips, or suggestion for these guys that want to travel in Philippines and thinking about retiring in here and probably living in here in the future? What are the best tools they can prepare
per
before
channel,
traveling in
per
here?
channel. But what I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Yes, I know.
But the
Yeah.
main thing is to visit.
Yes,
Don't just pack up everything and leave and move here.
I agree with that.
Because especially if you're coming from, I can only speak from the U.S. because
Mm-mm.
there's a lot of things that you don't have that we're not used to. Like
Yeah.
maybe I can't find Coke Zero one day, or they're out of onions one day. But so what?
Yeah.
That's the worst, then so be it. But
Mm.
for some people, that's a big deal. They
Yeah.
want their amenities. They want their first world things. But do a lot of homework. But come to visit because it is very different.
Yeah.
The traffic is not what we're used to. But and the heat. But the thing, you need to really, really, really develop patience.
Yeah, you think so?
I've heard you talk about crowd mentality
Yes.
before, but it's like, and now I just laugh about it. Even when you're standing at there waiting for the coffee, and I'm standing there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the girl even acknowledges me that I'm there.
Mm.
But okay, in the
Yeah.
U.S. they don't do that. But
They're not gonna do it.
no,
like
they're
that?
gonna say, give me 1 second, sir.
Oh,
No, but here it's okay.
yeah.
But you have to have patience. If you
Yeah.
cannot, you're going to lose your shit in a taxi because you're stuck in traffic, or you have to wait in line for everything here.
Mm. Yeah.
you're gonna not be happy.
Yes. But I think as well, if you are an unhappy person, wherever you are, you still gonna not gonna make it good. Like you're not gonna have this contentment if you don't have it. Wherever you go, you're gonna be still unhappy,
That's one of
right?
my favorite sayings. Actually, I think I don't remember who said it, Wayne Dyer or Deepak
Mm.
Chopra, but they said,
Mm.
"Wherever you go, there you are."
Yes.
So if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're
Mm.
not a happy person,
Yeah.
you're not going to be happy anywhere.
Yeah. No matter what. So you have to start it in yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Again, thank you, Richard,
No,
for the
thank you.
time. Thank you for
Thank you. You're
letting
my
me.
first interview.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And yes, guys, that's all for this video. Bye for now, and I'll see you later. Bye. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Thank